Welcome back, it's Doug MPA. On my channel, I like talking about women and debt, student loan debt in particular, and this video is going to be about women and the debt they go into when they go to law school. So many women going to law school. I think it's almost 60% of law students right now are women. And this is a two-pronged problem. One, women get into all this debt and expect any man that deals with them seriously to help them pay it off. And two, there's going to be a lot more female lawyers out there, guys. Avoid female lawyers at all costs. You want to talk about shame, insult, guilt, and the need to be right? Female lawyers. Don't do it, guys. Run far away. So we're going to get into this compilation of women talking about how much debt they went into in law school. Before I do that, like the video, subscribe, drop a comment. I really appreciate it. It shows you support me and what I'm doing over here. And let's get into this.
Am I in debt? I think the better question is, who is not in debt? Because 95% of law students go into debt for school, and the average amount of student loans is $165K, give or take whether you go to a private or public institution.
$165,000 for the average law student.
Jesus H. Christ.
And guys, back in the day, you used to get out of law school, work at a firm, and then become partner and all that stuff. That doesn't happen anymore, rarely. A lot of these law school girls are going to end up working a 9-to-5 for a regular company position for the government. And you can make good money doing that, but to try to counteract the cost of being $165,000, $200,000 in debt, they're never going to pay that off with a regular job, a regular position. You have a lot of underemployed lawyers and a lot of debt, and a lot of them are women.
All right, let's talk about how much money I spent on law school. Take your Xanax now, wash it down with some water. We're good? Okay, I have my numbers here. Let's go over them. Keep in mind, I went to the University of Miami in Miami, Florida. I was on a 50% tuition scholarship.
So first off, her first mistake was living in Miami. Her second mistake was going to a private institution for school. Guys, avoid living in major cities when you're going to college, and do not go to these private universities. It is way too expensive.
And yet, this is what I spent. So my tuition was $12,000 a semester. Law school is 3 years. There's 2 semesters per year. That's 6 semesters total. Multiply $12,000 by 6 semesters, and you're at $72,000 for tuition alone. Okay, your books, you can estimate are around $500 a semester times 6, that's $3,000. Your rent, Miami rent, is absolutely outrageous. I'm just going to estimate that you're going to spend $1,500 a month on rent. This is assuming that you're in a 2-bedroom or a 3-bedroom and you're splitting rent with some roommates. The average 1-bedroom apartment in Miami right now is renting for around $2,400 a month. So we're going to lowball it and estimate that you're spending around $1,500 a month in rent. That is $18,000 a year times the 3 years you're in law school, and you're at $54,000. Now, let's say you want to have a life. You want to do things outside of school, right? You want to go to the bar with your friends. You want to eat food. You want to, I don't know, get your nails done.
Live a lifestyle that you can't afford because you're in school.
Hair done, whatever. Do things guys do too. I don't know. Cost of living, let's just estimate it's $1,000 a month. That's $12,000 a year multiplied by the 3 years you're in law school, and you're at $36,000.
Guys, if you went to college, put in the comments how much you lived off of a month. It wasn't even $1,000 for me. When I was an undergrad, I could get enough food for the month for less than $100. Eggs, sandwich meat, milk, bread. $1,000 a month to live while you're in college? Come on, guys, really?
So let's add it all up. $72,000 for tuition, that's on a half scholarship, $3,000 for books, $54,000 for rent, and $36,000 for your cost of living. You are at a grand total of $165,000.
$165,000, you guys.
Jesus H. Christ.
Wow. And she got a 50% tuition scholarship, guys. So if she hadn't had that 50%, she'd be around what, like 235, 240, something like that.
Now let's pretend you didn't get a scholarship. Let's pretend like you're the majority of the people and you're paying full tuition to go to law school. Your tuition at University of Miami is going to be above $24,000 because I'm assuming they've raised the cost of tuition since I've been there, but let's just go with 24,000 for right now. Multiply that by 6 semesters and you're at $144,000 for tuition alone. Add in the cost of rent, cost of living, and your cost of books, and guess what? You're at $237,000. Let me say this a little louder for the people in the back. If you don't know for a fact that you're passionate about the law, that you want to be a lawyer, that you were put on this earth to be a lawyer, don't go to law school. Please save your money. Do you know what $237,000 can do for you? I'll give you a hint. It's not a degree.
I'm going to give her a round of applause for her honesty. I think that there are a lot of women going to law school as a flex. Are they ever going to practice law? No. Are they ever going to be a lawyer, become a partner, anything like that? No. But they want the respect of having a law degree. You see a lot of women in the sciences, a lot of women with some kind of medical degree or in law that aren't actually working in that field, but they still demand the status of a person working in that field because they have the degree. Well, that's expensive flex, ladies.
Law school student debt check-in. It's been about 4 years since I graduated law school, so I thought this would be a good opportunity to check in on my student loan balance and discuss some of the costs of attending law school. To attend law school, I initially borrowed $129,094.41.
$129,000 to attend law school.
Jesus H. Christ.
What'd the girl in the first video say? Average debt's $165,000. So she's on the low end, you guys.
I paid $10,000 of that in a lump sum before my student loans went into repayment, and since then I have refinanced the balance of $119,094.41. Here comes the part where I acknowledge that number could have been much higher. So I paid $30,000 in tuition cash from my 2 summer associate jobs over the years, and also had tremendous help from my parents who paid my living expenses. And I know that that's not possible for everyone, and I just wanted to take the time to acknowledge that. Since I refinanced, I've been paying $2,168.93 per month.
$2,168 per month. Oh my gosh, she better have a great job. Or maybe she's married and her husband gives her the ability to be able to pay all that.
My remaining balance is $39,295.09.
Well, I'm going to give her a round of applause for paying off all that debt. This is what happens. All these women going to law school, racking up all this debt. Female lawyers, guys, stay away from them. The debt and the attitude are the biggest reasons why you don't want to get with a female lawyer, and this just outlines all the debt that these female lawyers are in. Let me know what you think about this in the comments. Like the video, subscribe. I'll catch you on the next one.